Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another part of my documentation. This is what the fifth one I've done, and as usual, I'm here to tell you about kind of my week, what I've been doing, what I've been working on. So one of the biggest things that I learned this week was, or not really learned, but because I relearn things all the time. I find new ways to implement them. So I realized that if I want something, or if I want to do something differently in the way I work, I have to identify myself differently. It's imagine someone saying, "Okay, I want to lose weight." So then they say, "I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to eat healthier." In their mind, they're still someone. They are not someone who eats healthy. But if they say, "No, sorry, I only eat food under certain amount of calories. I only eat food that I consider healthy. I only eat this," or "I am a person that is not that weighs this much, and that for me, a person who weighs this much does that." So the way I've been using this is kind of how I work, how I find motivation and discipline, because that's always hard to come by. There's always going to be mornings that are going to feel like shit. You're going to be tired, like 3 days of work, just you can't focus because you are not a because you don't like want to. You've been focusing too much the last day, so your mind is still tired, and you don't want to sit down. But training your mind is the same as training your body. You have to put in the reps. And yes, rest days are always good, but you still have to put in that consistent work. So I've been reshaping my identity to the way talk about myself. So I'm not someone who does this, or I don't try to stay away from my phone. I'm someone who only spends 2 hours maximum on their phone every day. Unless it's work, I only spend 2 hours on my phone every day. If I'm stuck in a really good book, then I'm someone who only reads 3 chapters from this book every day because I don't want that thing to become a distraction. I've already had multiple times a good book, YouTube, just playing chess. Like things can become distractions so easily. So it's very good to be able to pace yourself by re-identifying or by adjusting the way you talk about yourself. And like one thing I've learned through this is that motivation is a byproduct of execution. It doesn't come from anything. You get motivated by doing. So if I'm not gonna be motivated to go sit down and work on my computer for 8 to 12 hours every morning. But when I wake up and don't want to go and work, I do it and I have a positive mindset for what I'm doing. It's it's momentum for me for what I want to do with my life, for my goals. This is one step closer to saving the climate. Every key I type, I have such a if I have such a positive mindset on when I work, my motivation just comes. I just need to sit down and start thinking positive, start doing tasks, thinking positively about the outcome of these tasks, what they do for me, for my goals, then I get motivated. So one of a very big thing I've learned this week is that motivation is a byproduct of execution and not something that just comes to you. And the last and kind of most important thing that I want to talk about a lot is that kind of these pain in sales because I've been starting to doing email outreach recently. I haven't started sending anything yet, um, but I've been trying to word the different emails and I've been writing up templates as I'm warming up my email address. And I'm continuously realizing that what I'm supposed to speak to, I'm not supposed to speak to. to them or just say, I do this, I do X, Y, and Z, it's so great. I can help you get 50 more clients, and I do it by uh, analyzing your whole sales process, and then I pick out the weak points and I continuously improve on these, and I look at the numbers again, and we get the ball rolling to get you so many more clients because people don't buy with just the logic that what I'm going to do is going to work. Most people buy with emotion. So what you need to do in sales, in written sales and content that you want to leverage in outreach, you have to speak with a prospect's pain. So, okay, what are my ideal clients' most biggest pain points? For me, I work with sustainability consultancies. They can be companies overlooking them so they feel like they can't make the impact they want to. It can be a money issue because even though the larger goal is making an impact, you still have to be able to leverage that with money. It can also be I want to be making an impact, but all I'm left doing is being a sales rep. I'm not I'm not working on I'm not working with companies to improve their things anymore. That's what my employees are doing. The only thing that I'm doing is trying to get new customers. And many sustainability consultancy owners don't want to do that. So that's kind of the first thing that you should do, starting off with sales is figure out, okay, what is my ideal client have for problems? And sometimes you don't know that. When I started, I took networking calls with 10, 20, 50 different sustainability consultancy owners just to ask them, okay, what are your problems? How does your business? Because then I got to know the business. I've been talking to sustainability consultancies for over 9 months soon, and just continuously learning about, okay, what do they do? What problems do they have? And I continuously update my skill. I keep talking to sustainability consultancies to figure out what they do, how they grow, because I'm one person. I know the sales, but the people who are sustainability consultants, they're the experts in sustainability consultancies. So that is something that I believe is incredibly powerful to leverage in sales. So if let's say I'm on a sales call, I should not be pitching all the time. You should not be pitching on a sales call, explaining your product. Let's say a very complicated pitch is about 20 minutes. I heard, for an example, the other day. What I believe you do is you sit and talk to them. You understand what are their problems. And the important thing is maybe not what their problems are, what happened. The important thing is that they tell themselves what their problems are. They tell themselves what happened. So as long as you feel like I can fix these problems, the most important thing is that they actually tell themselves the problem. So ask questions. Okay, what's your biggest struggle in trying to get new clients? What's your, let's say, a sustainability consultant will ask, okay, what's your biggest struggle or hinder that's in your way when trying to put up this new CSRD report that you have to put out in 6 months? That was a very long and bad question, but skip that. And by doing this, you want to understand more exactly how you should pitch, but you also grow that pain, you grow that emotion, you make people see that I'm, it would be pretty monumental for me to be able to go from here where I have XYZ uh, OR problems, but I can go here where all of these problems are much less. And this is where I've achieved my goals. I put out this that I have to do. I got this pressure away from me. So making people feel that is more important than the best pitch in the world. And that's what all that I want to talk about this week. I hope that you have a great week. I hope that I inspired you in some way. That's always what I want to do. And if you have any questions about anything, want any advice, want to connect, just drop a comment down below and we'll get that sorted. Cheers.